travelers. I am Mandy Horn of the Traveling Compass, and today we are talking all about all of the questions I've been getting as a travel advisor about travel currently. So very hot topic with everything that's going on in the world, and we want to get through those questions that we're getting asked over and over and over so that you can figure out where to go next and what's best for you. So let's dive right in. So first of all, number one question we're getting right now as travel advisors who are helping people figure out their next travel steps, what they're doing is, okay, so when can I travel, right? $1 million question, when can I resume travel? And a lot of that has to do with where, in fact, you're going to be traveling. There's a lot of things that surround that, and the answer is not the same for everyone. It's one of the reasons that we really like to consult one-on-one with our clients, and it is because it can be very different for different people. Some people have a different level of comfort on how far they want to be from home or what destinations they want to go to. And so when can you travel depends on where you're going, who's going with you, and your comfort level with a lot of things. Some people are already comfortable flying or comfortable being on beaches and comfortable doing all kinds of things, and other people are not. And so we're really custom fitting next steps for people as we determine, okay, when can I travel? It depends a lot on you and where you want to go. Every destination is going to have some different opening times, different things that are ready and available, and some things that aren't. So depending on why you're going to a destination, it may be perfect timing, or it may be time to wait. Disney just had some huge announcements this week about how they're going to do their reopening process that's changed. We've had some clients that have changed their mind about, nope, this trip is no longer a good fit for me. We've had others that are absolutely ready, yep, we're good, we understand what's going on, and we want to go. So it really is personal as to when you can travel next. But talking through your plans with someone who is in the thick of it every day can really help you make sure that you're coming up with the best plan for you and your family. Next question that we're getting a lot is, okay, so where can I go? Different rules, things are changing, deadlines are moving and changing constantly. What we're seeing is that many southern U.S. destinations are going to be very ready very soon. They're either open or they're opening shortly. So the coasts in Florida and North Carolina and the Outer Banks and Gulf Shores and these areas are opening faster than a lot of other areas. We're seeing West Coast and high East Coast being a little bit slower to open, and that's what we're currently anticipating. So once we get through the U.S., what we see coming out of that into internationals, we believe currently Mexico is slated to be one of the first to come back online, both Los Cabos and the Riviera Maya area. Some of the more urban areas that aren't as traditional a vacation spot would not be areas that are probably currently going to be open very quickly, whether that's in Mexico City or border areas. But the main towns, if you're looking to do a Riviera Maya beach vacation or Los Cabos, are trying very hard to get open in June. So we are seeing those come back online. We expect the rest of the Caribbean to trickle in over the summer. St. Lucia, Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Aruba. We expect all of those to come online at different periods over the summer and hopefully have most Caribbean destinations online by the fall. So that's currently how things are shaping up. Now, on a broader international scale, where can I go? We're hoping this fall to see, some Europe as well as some of our more traditional Asian destinations like Thailand come back online. We don't know that yet. We're still waiting to see how those countries are going to finish their opening process and how flights are going to resume. But, we're watching and waiting for that to come. But immediately what we're seeing is U.S. domestic destinations as well as then Mexico and the Caribbean are opening over the summer. So we're really excited to see some of our favorite vacation destinations come back online. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be giving you some vacation inspiration coming on our social media channels. So if you don't already follow me at The Traveling Compass, go ahead and make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook so that we can show you some of our favorite properties, not only domestically, but also worldwide, that you can get excited about traveling to next. So another question that we're getting a lot of is, okay, so if I am traveling, what should I expect? And what we're seeing now is people who are currently traveling are some of our more confident travelers. They're people who are comfortable traveling. They're people who feel that now is a good time for them to travel. And so if you are, I would say, more hesitant or you have some other major concerns, I think you will find as you go places, while people, I think, do attempt to be careful, I think you will find probably less care in how necessarily sometimes some of those social distancing procedures are being done, because right now the people who are traveling are the ones who are comfortable traveling, whereas others are choosing to stay home because it's what makes them comfortable. So if you're going to venture out and other things, I would expect that you'll want to make sure that you're comfortable with the other people that are out vacationing right now. We do anticipate, while beaches are trying to have social distancing, that some of that is challenging based on the nature of beaches, and we do expect it to be a busy summer for our Florida beaches and other places. So while that's exciting, for some people it may still be too much and may not be something that they're quite ready for. As we go into broader categories throughout the Caribbean, safety measures and things are being put in place. Cleaning, certifications are being done by international organizations to make sure that places are ready for travelers. And what you can anticipate for international flights and travel going on right now would be temperature checks at borders. There are many countries that are putting temperature checks in place before you go or into a country. There are some that are requiring negative test results, but the majority of places are not. They're just doing a temperature check. You can expect to see additional hand washing stations, hand sanitizer instructions. You can expect to see people wear masks on flight. Many flights have changed to requesting or requiring that guests on flight wear a mask. So it's something you should expect when you go to the airport. Otherwise, what we're seeing at most of our favorite all-inclusive resorts is increased cleaning procedures, increased employee training on cleanliness. You may see some features at a resort that would be different over this summer. You may see some difference in some swim-up pool bars have been closed. Some room service items have been limited to decrease contact. Some rooms are being cleaned more. You may see pool chairs more spread out, and you may see some interactions that are necessarily high touch, whether that be check-in procedures or working with a staff member that go more digital, are done more through apps or phone in an effort to decrease contact. You may also see some experiences that just aren't super conducive to social distancing that may not be online this summer. So we know that some parks have limited animal interactions, so they're just not a whole lot of people close to one animal or different things. So just make sure as you're thinking about your trip that you are cognizant of what the changes will be at your destination and that you're comfortable with the procedures and things that are going to be being handled there. One good thing that we're seeing is very flexible booking policies. So sometimes cancellation policies can be very strict, and right now we're seeing a lot of great flexibility from our vendors on being able to cancel even like one day before you go, and other things that are really helping people to be comfortable looking forward to that next trip and not worrying. And so we're really excited about the possibility of all these different things coming on. So make sure that you have the right expectations for your destination going into it. And then finally, what should you be planning now? This is a great question because we're seeing a lot of people start to plan vacations right now. So we'll see it, we're seeing fall break is a big one. Flights are out, destinations are out. So if you're thinking fall break for your family, now is a great time to be getting on that. We are seeing lots of honeymoons that need rescheduled. So if you are thinking, oh man, I need that honeymoon space rescheduled, now is a fantastic time to get that done for this fall or early winter. Then going into early winter, we're seeing lots of people who are telling us, I need a vacation. I need to get out of here. I just need some time with my spouse. We need to chill out. And for that, we are seeing lots of romantic vacations or just kind of, week-long escapes or even long weekend escapes just to get some quiet in. And so for that, the fall, there's some great adult-only properties that we're seeing that are fantastic to get to, as well as going into the winter time when traditionally not only are we tired of being inside, but we're tired of it being cold. That is a fantastic time to plan a special anniversary trip, or to plan a special birthday trip. If you have that for next year, now is the time to be getting those, as flights are really truly online. We're seeing high demand. And one of the things we get asked a lot about traveling currently is, okay, are there, crazy deals right now? I thought there would be crazy deals. And what we are seeing is some really good value for what's out there. We are seeing a lot of very high properties giving great value for their trips. But I think some people are surprised to realize there is such great demand for travel. We never stopped wanting to travel. We had a time period where it was not possible. And so there's a lot of pent-up demand. We are seeing a lot of people who are wanting to get booked. And so especially if you're thinking for spring break next year, that is already booking now. People who've had to move, people who had to move their current spring break, whatever, we are seeing a much higher demand for next year's spring breaks, for those winter and summer escapes as a couple and early celebrations. We're also seeing a lot of things get moved to next summer. So Europe vacations and river cruising and Alaska are all booking up really quickly because we've had cancellations on those this year, and people are moving already to next year. So if you are thinking Alaska next summer as a family, if you are thinking river cruising, there's some fabulous deals going on right now, and a lot of different ways to see Europe next year. You'll want to make sure you are starting on your trip planning now, because if you start traditionally what many people do, which would be in January of 21, you may find that some things are very difficult to get because in fact everyone has already been booking for so much longer than they normally are. So those are all trips. Again, if you're thinking fall break, if you're thinking a romantic week-long getaway, if you need to reschedule your honeymoon, if you are thinking spring break next year, if you're thinking a graduation cruise, if you are thinking river cruising or land travel in Europe, if you are thinking of an Alaska cruise for your family next year, those are all trips we're booking right now. So those would be great things to plan next as you are comfortable, to make sure that you are going to have the best availability and all the options that you want for next year. So we're super excited about the future of travel. It's been a long season. 2020 has been hard on so many people, but we are excited to move forward. Traveling brings out the best in us as people. It really, not only does it bring out rest and relaxation and just really truly, a connectedness that sometimes can be hard when we have been in isolation so long, but it really brings out the best of us in appreciating others and appreciating diversity and learning to see the world through other people's eyes. And it's just something we've been thinking about this week, how the world could really not only use a vacation, but really get out there and be together again, and loving and enjoying the diversity in the world. So we are excited to see that happen. If you are thinking about any of those kinds of vacations and you want to talk specifically about, okay, what is best for me? What should I be looking for? Go ahead and you can contact me through the Traveling Compass at my website, or you can at thetravelingcompass.com, or you can on Facebook as well. Leave me a message, and I can get back to you there. So one thing moving forward, just as a last little tip before we go that I'll mention, is we are seeing huge backups in passports. So if you are thinking of a big trip, if you are trying to reschedule a big trip, make sure you check your passport dates. Many countries require that you have 6 months validity on your passport beyond your travel dates. And if yours needs renewed, or if you've never gotten one, it is no longer a 6-week turnaround like it traditionally is. And there's not currently an expedited service. So currently we are seeing a backlog of people who got in around January, still not having their documents back. So, and they're anticipating 6 to 9 months or more. So you may change your future travel plans. If you're thinking an international trip and you don't have documents ready to go, it may be hard to come by, and you may want to switch up to something that's a little closer to home. But either way, we are here to help you and support you. We're excited about what's coming next and what is next for all of you. Thank you so much for trusting us with your travel. And until next time, guys, travel smart.